How to make your life easier as a day trader. That's what I want to talk about and show you in this video. And right up front, if you're looking for some sort of magic pill that doesn't exist, in fact, what I tell you is going to sound very kind of anticlimactic, but it's not easy to do. And anyone with a shred of experience knows what I mean, because sure, it's easy to say, sure, it's easy to hear and be like, wait, that's it? Oh, clickbait. No. It's not easy, but it's very, very powerful. And I'm going to show you two ways in which this is very powerful, including one way where it allowed me to make, and I'll show you because this is going to sound like a scam. It's going to sound like clickbait, but I made $150 in literally under 1 second. And I'll show you that here in a little bit. So how do you make your life easier? Well, you want to make yourself feel smart as a trader.
You guys, I'm like really smart now. You don't even know.
And how do you make yourself feel smart? Well, you're going to want to put yourself in a position where you feel like you have the upper hand. And whenever you have an upper hand, of course, that is easier, hence an upper hand, right? That is the goal. We want to make our lives as easy as possible. We want to give ourselves as many odds. We want to put probabilities in our favor. In other words, we just want to give ourselves the upper hand. And you have the upper hand when you feel smart, and you feel smart by doing this thing. What is this thing? You've got to give yourself a good entry point. Risk management. What should I use technical indicator wise? What time frame should I use? What platform should I use? All that stuff is worthless if you're getting a bad entry point. Because as soon as you get a bad entry point, you are it's just not good.
Well, that's a good way to get killed.
But when you do get a good entry point, your life becomes so much easier because you have that upper hand in the trade, even when you're wrong. So I'm going to walk you through a trade that I made very recently. If you're not familiar, I have a playlist where I record myself trading, and that's where this is coming from. But you're going to see I was wrong, but minor spoiler, because I got a good entry point, I still had a pretty easy life in the sense of what ultimately happened with the trade. Now, a quick note here, I am trading options. That doesn't really matter, but just in case you're wondering what you're looking at, if you do want to learn more about options trading from a very simplistic point of view, just comment below option guide and I'll link you to a totally free class I put together on that. But what ultimately is going to matter is for you to pay attention to what's going down here. Nothing is there right now because I have not been able to buy, but as soon as I do buy, you'll notice numbers show up there. And let's just walk you through this trade. So right there, numbers showed up. I am now in the trade, but I've gotten a good entry point. But let's just see how things begin to play out. So I want to see the price go down, but the price is actually going to, head up a little bit here. But again, it's all about the entry point. I'd like $100 on this one. That was my goal. $100 sniper shot, not quite working out. So right there, I cancel the order out. And now I'm thinking, okay, got to go into loss control mode here a little bit. Not looking like things are going in my favor. So right now, going for a $50 win. So instead of going for 100, trying for a $50 win. So just continuing to watch. And right there, I'm getting ready to cancel that order out. And now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I just go for a loss, but I just want to let things sell off. Again, I have flexibility. Why do I have flexibility? Because I have the upper hand. Why do I have the upper hand? Because I got a good entry point. So there's no need to panic out. There's no need to rush. Just observe. And that's what I'm doing right now. Just observing. Yes, big red number, but just keep in mind where that number's at. It was up over, there it is, 380, 400. But just keep in mind, no need to panic because I have the upper hand because I got a good entry point. So continue to watch. And I'm just observing. So still just waiting. And right there, I am out for a break even. $0 on the trade. And yeah, that number at one point was down over 400, but I didn't want to panic. Why? Because I had that upper hand. And when you have the upper hand, your life is going to be easier. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not saying that every single time you're wrong, if you get a good entry point, you're going to be at break even. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you have so much more flexibility within a trade when you know you got a good quality entry point. So there is one, got in, was wrong, But because I had a good entry point, had the upper hand, I was able to actually walk away after what I call lost control mode with a break even. But now let's think about what a truly good entry point gives you in the sense of good and it works out just like you think it would. So because I'm about to literally make $150 in under 1 second, all this is going to happen, well, in less than 1 second. So when this white line turns green, that means I've been able to buy. A secondary line is going to show up right here, and that will also be white, but it's going to be white for literally a microsecond because that white line is going to turn green, meaning I have been able to sell. And then over here, you're going to notice $150 show up. So that's how my screen's working, and don't blink or else you're literally going to miss this. So this is what a good entry point looks like. Good in the sense of you absolutely nail it and have the massive upper hand. So wait for it to turn green. That means I've been able to buy. So just being patient for that entry point. Be patient. Got to be patient. In. And then just like that. You see how fast that all happened? And there's a 150. And then just for more proof, just in case, right here, this column shows execution time. And I mean, check it out. Look at this. Shows that I was filled at 10:51 and 4 seconds. I sold at 10:51 and 4 seconds, which obviously doesn't really make sense. Wait, what do you mean you bought and sold at the exact same time? Well, not the exact same time. It just doesn't go enough decimal places to show that, yeah, was able to buy and sell $150 in my pocket in under 1 second. And that is the power of a good entry point. That's how you make your life easier. When you have the upper hand, you're going to have flexibility. And when you have flexibility, that makes trade management easier. So yes, all these other things do indeed matter. Risk management, trade management, trade selection, identification of setups, understanding what you're looking at, figuring out a right platform. I mean, all these things are important, but it all goes back to just a very basic thing. Get the right entry point. But it's not always easy because we have the tendency to want to rush trades. We want to make exceptions. We want to say, that's good enough. That's close enough. But when you do that, you're not getting the quality entry point that you should. And then right there, you no longer have the upper hand. And right there, your life is going to become much harder. It goes back to a saying I love in real estate investing that I heard. In real estate, they say you don't make money when you sell, you make money when you buy. Because if you get a good purchase price in real estate, then yes, you're going to have this same upper hand and that same flexibility with construction costs and rehab costs and all that stuff. It's just your life is so much easier, and same is true for trading. So I hope this helps. I hope this can motivate you to really either nail down within your strategy, what does your entry point need to be? Or if you already have that stuff figured out, I hope this offers up as motivation to just stay stubborn, stay stringent in your requirements for whatever that entry point needs to be, to stick with it. Because when you get that entry point where it needs to be, your life as a trader is going to be easier. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.